Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and on this video I've got 3 replays for you in the tier 7 tech tree British tank destroyer, the Challenger. So yeah, as always I will be putting up my equipment and perks that I run on the tank in the top right hand screen shortly. And in this first replay we are on Fiepful Ridge, and yeah, what we're going to do is basically go over to the J3 area around there, just because basically what we want to do is we want to sort of get some shots into the heavy tanks that are going to be sort of brawling in the F1, F2 area. So you can see sort of on the perks that I run here, most of it is sort of camouflage. Just because the Challenger does have some fairly good camo, particularly for a very tall tank, because traditionally a tank destroyer sort of stealthy, it's quite sort of low silhouette, but the Challenger is a little bit different. Kind of looks like more like a medium tank rather than a tank destroyer, but yeah, you've got sort of quite a high profile. But like I say, the camo is actually not that bad for the Challenger. So we've decided, we've come to this position that we were going to sort of go to. We can see the light tank is sort of quite far ahead. So we decided we're going to push up a little bit further just to sort of get these tanks into our render range. We get a blind shot into a tank destroyer that is sort of camping up on the H1 area. Which is quite sort of a well-known spot on the other spawn to put a tank destroyer or sort of a fast light or medium, because you can sort of, it's quite unfair, quite an advantageous position, should I say. But the Plague Bringer gets taken out by one of our friendly teammates there after we put a shot onto and put them into a one-shot. See this OI crossing now. Unfortunately we didn't penetrate that shot, just hit part of his armour. Unfortunately we didn't aim that shot well enough either, so just waiting for these tanks to come into view. Now I should point out one thing with the Challenger that is probably its biggest nemesis is its ammo count. Yeah, you can see we started off with 30 shells there, and the thing is this tank has 5.6 second reload time, which what we've got it down to running with our equipment and perks set up. So that's not a very long period of time that you're on reload, so you actually find that you can rattle through those rounds quite quickly if you're not careful. So really you want to sort of be trying to not be like me and just sort of be whimsical with your ammo. Just actually sort of take the time to try and aim your shot and get the shot to sort of go in, because you can be at risk of running out of ammo or sort of being low on ammo, and that's not great when you come to sort of potentially late game. You can see there we didn't really aim that shot properly and it bounces the OI. So there is that potential where you could have an issue of running out of shells, which isn't going to be great for your game, particularly if, like say, you could be in a situation where you're sort of last one left on the team, fighting a couple of enemy tanks, and if you run out of shells then you're kind of stuck really and you've lost your game. And it's particularly with situations like this where you're not sort of aiming the shots properly. This game so far it's pretty even, but again I'm really not sort of emphasising the point of saving your ammo here, and I'm just sort of willy-nilly just throwing shots out there. You can see we're down to 15 shells now. Now spoiler alert, this it doesn't actually become too much of an issue in this game, because it's quite fast paced, and I'm sort of pretty certain that we're going to be able to get sort of enough damage in and win the game. But like I say, it's not an actual given, and you see we don't really have to aim in that much there to get that shot off. But let's say you can't, it's not one of those where you should be sort of snapping your shots. Do need to take a little bit of time. The accuracy is good, on the Challenger, but like I say, it does deserve, you know, a little bit of sort of time to aim in so you can get those shots on target. So we kind of cleared this side out now on the one line. You can see we've got 2 tanks in our base now, so we're going to sort of make our way back. Challenger does actually have really good mobility, so you see we're hitting sort of top speed of just over 50 kilometers per hour there, so we can get back pretty quickly to potentially try and get resets on the base, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to sort of get into a position where we can sort of try and light up the cap, see what's in the cap, and yeah, there we go, we can get a shot on that Britannia there. Just sort of resetting the cap slightly. Need to try and find the other tank. We do take out Britannia now. There's only one left on the cap, which reduces the timer dramatically. And there we go. That ISU 152 has just been lit up now. He is hiding behind the ridge. Going to try and see if he can sneak a shot in, but unfortunately it doesn't quite aim true. He's just too far down. We've got 8 shells left, so again, we're really running the risk of running out here, and it's still a close game. You know, there's 6 enemy tanks left. There's only 7 of us. We're a little bit sort of sporadic as well, although we have got 4 tanks with us, so you know, it's not the end of the world, and potentially we could end up sort of being a light tank here if needs be, you know, sort of going up and getting the vision. We've got we've got better camo than these heavy tanks, we should have anyway, that we can rely on, so you know, we can get in a position where we can possibly light up these tanks. So what I've decided to do, I'm going to go up the hill here because I want to try and get another angle, but luckily one of our heavy tanks has moved in and has actually got a shot onto the SU 152. But you can see sort of the enemy team has managed to sort of rattle a couple of our own tanks off. Their artillery is still alive, but now it's and we do actually get hit by the SU 152, I think. No, it's the artillery, sorry. We managed to get a shot into the SU-152 there, picking up our 4th kill. And I think this is the British artillery, because looking at that reload, how quickly that artillery is shooting, that says to me that is definitely a British artillery, or French at least. It's got a quick reload, and there we go, yeah, British artillery, FE-304. Unfortunately, we try snapping that shot there and we don't manage to land it, but we do land that shot there, picking up our 5th kill of the game. And you see we just about scraped through that game with 2 shells left. But like I say, if we'd not, you know, if we'd been sort of, if the enemy had sort of pressed a bit more, then we potentially could have been in trouble. But we win that game anyway. We get 5 kills, just over 3.8k damage, only a tiny bit of assist. But overall, like I say, just, you know, a sort of good start to the game to sort of show how good the Challenger is. And pick up the 1st class there. Maybe another kill, might have got the ace tanker there, who knows. But anyway, moving on to the 2nd replay now, and we are on Pearl River, and again we are top tier, so this should be sort of quite a nice game for us. Don't have to worry about sort of any sort of tier 8s or tier 9s potentially putting us down to a 2-shot or anything like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to move to the traditional tank destroyer position. However, you can see majority of our team have pushed up to the 9-0 line over the other side. A couple of tanks come to the middle. There's only 4 tank destroyers in this game, me being one of them. So I decided to come over to this side because it's a position that is well known for tank destroyers to go to, and I know I like tanks come up the left hand side here, but unfortunately he's getting absolutely shafted by tanks over the other side. So I'm assuming their light tank is over here, or a TD is pushed up and has sort of got into a really stealthy position. And unfortunately, our light tank is pretty much down to a 1-shot, and there's not really much more he can do. We do manage to spot up that tier 5 tank though, this KB1, and we do get a shot in as he crosses. We pick up a little bit of assistance though as he crosses. So that's sort of a good start for us or relatively good start, considering no one else is sort of spotting up the other side. Now we spot up this Black Prince as well, and you see how good the camouflage is on the Challenger. The view range isn't too bad either, and you can actually see we're starting to light up sort of tanks on this left hand side. The light tank, has now sort of pulled into the middle position. I'm not entirely sure. I think he's playing quite passive really, because he's down to a one shot, which is fair enough. It's just a bit of a shame that he's sort of lost all his health in the first sort of spotting run, because now there's not really much he can do. So bearing that in mind, and knowing sort of there's quite a few tanks sort of coming down that one line, I've decided to get out of there, just because I didn't feel like it was the right thing to stay there. We wouldn't have been safe, and like I say, Challenger as well doesn't actually have that much armor at all. So even top tier, the chances are if I got lit, sort of sat where I was, then I probably would have got absolutely shredded and probably would have died. And you can see there's quite a few tanks on that side there, so I wasn't sort of really feeling confident staying there and trying to sort of hold that corner. It wasn't going to work basically. So we're 2 tanks down, the enemy are 2 tanks down, so it's still sort of quite even at the moment. We've come over to this side to try and see if we can get any shots in. We do get a shot into that one-shot T-34. Artillery, we've just lit up. I'm going to try and see if we can squeeze a shot in, which we do. It doesn't look like we're going to get any more shots in. This Tiger P in front of us is kind of sort of behind a house. Do get another shot into artillery though, which is nice, and he gets killed off by our friendly VK301P. Now we see this this tier 7 French tank destroyer that's just came up. Gonna try and see if we can get a shot in. We do. Shooting through his cupola, we're picking up our 2nd kill of the game. I'm just sort of bearing in mind, I want to see if this Tiger P will actually sort of maybe just peek, giving us a shot into his side, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And now I'm sort of more concerned about the other side, the one line here, and also our base, because I've sort of got a funny feeling that some tanks are sort of going to come through. They've sort of cleared out that side, so there's potential they could come through and start capping us. And you see there's 2 medium tanks up against our tank destroyer at the back there, and I'm just keeping an eye on that. However, I'm sort of staying in this middle position because there could be the opportunity to get some shots off on any of those tanks that appear. Luckily, their Rover 237 has killed himself, so that's good news for us, because that means they've lost their eyes now, same as us. So we're even in sort of the vision department. That means that hopefully we won't get spotted up too easily now. Do squeeze a shot into the back end of that Churchill that was sort of just peeking. That was sort of just behind that rock. Now we're seeing this other Churchill sort of trying to cross the one line there, and we've caught him right out in the open here, and this is exactly where we want this this Churchill, sorry. And we do manage to squeeze in the kill shot there for our 3rd kill. Again, that's another bonus of this tank, the quick reload. If you can hit someone in the track, you can basically pretty much perma-trap them. And keep them out in the open. And like I say, if they're anything like the Churchill, which is dead slow, then it's just gonna favour you really, because you can catch them out in the open, keep them pinned, and basically get rid of them. So there's 4 tanks left now, or 3 should I say. VK has just been killed off. Now my suspicions are they're gonna sort of maybe appear around the back here, so I'm just sort of hovering around, still going to stay in this middle section just in case they get lit up in either direction, because I'll be able to have multiple shots there. The Black Prince got lit up, but he's down to a 1 shot, so he gets taken out by our Cheeto. And now there's just 2 tank destroyers remaining, so I've decided to come over here because I don't really see where else they can be other than at the back here. So I'm just kind of hoping this medium down on F3 is going to sort of make some moves. And there we go, you can see he's spotted him up there, spotted up this full health toaster. Trying to see if I can potentially get a shot in, but unfortunately we can't. And then we get a shot from this tank destroyer peeking us an enemy challenger. We do try and squeeze a shot, but unfortunately we just miss. Another sort of downside of this tank is it doesn't have a full turret traverse. It's actually hull locked. So you can see there, we can only sort of rotate our gun sort of, I don't even know what angle that is, to be fair. But yeah, we sort of just we just can't rotate sort of our turret fully, so unfortunately that's another downside. But you can see there we sort of come top of the board with 3 kills, 3.5k damage and just over 600 assist, and we get the first class there. And what we're going to do is we're going to move into the final replay. So here we are on the third and final replay, which is Overlord. Now, not particularly a favourite map of mine, if I'm honest, but we live with it and we're going to see what we can do here. We are top tier again, which is great. Yeah, like I say, this being bottom tier really it can be a bit frustrating, obviously, because of how tall this tank is, and with not much armour, obviously, yeah, there is potential where you can get shredded. But top tier, like I say, we can put in some sort of big damage here, and yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do in this game. So we've stuck to the beach here. Only reason being because it's assault, and one of the spawns on the enemy side is on the beach, so we know that sort of near enough half a team is going to be on this side, and we know they're going to sort of make their way up to this choke point here. This is kind of a brawling spot on the beach, so yeah, most of the time I wouldn't advise sort of going to the beach on Overlord, but like I say, in this scenario where I've sort of set up on the beach already, I know there's going to be lots of enemies here, so I kind of feel like, well, why move up to the hill? I can just sit here and I can basically farm whatever I see sort of coming over this way. And you see, look at this. So yeah, there's loads of tanks over peaking here. Unfortunately, I have no idea where that shot went. I think that dirt the ground, but again, we're going to wait for the gun to reload and we're going to sort of sneak a shot into there. We do bust that Tiger 1's engine and we manage to get a shot through his turret, finish him off for our second kill of the game. Now we're going to focus on this R44 and we're going to sort of punch some shells through his turret, not a problem. So like I say, it's really not going to be an issue to sort of penetrate that guy. Now we see the Lioness here, and again we're going to sort of squeeze some shots into that guy. He's got his is facing his turret to the left or the right of him, so you know, we can get some shots easily through the side of that turret. Going to try and see if we can shoot the cupola, which we do. The skull cap is sort of kind of getting in the way. Unfortunately, he's just got trapped there. But the KV2 finishes off that Lioness, and now we're going to sort of start to push up here because our team are taking the advantage on this side. I do see that M56 at the back there, which we do have to be mindful of. We're trying to see if we could potentially get a shot in, but unfortunately we don't. Tried squeezing a shot into that heavy tank, but he gets taken out by one of our own team. They then take out the hammer. Now this M56 is running, going to squeeze a shot in there, which we do. Hit him in the engine, and the KV2 absolutely obliterates him. So yeah, some tanks at the top here, and we do take a couple of shots there, which is not great. That is not ideal at all. One of them does damage our Armour rack. We're going to sort of try and poke to see if we can get some shots in. Doesn't look like we're going to be successful. And now this Churchill Avery has just poked out, set this Tiger on fire. We're going to squeeze the kill shot in there to make sure that he, you know, is fully taken out. Trying to see if I'm potentially get a shot into that Italian tank destroyer, but unfortunately we bounced. Probably could have gone for his engine deck there. We probably would have penned that. This T-34 is still up here, but he's backing off now, so gives us a window of opportunity to cross, because what I want to do is I want to get up to the high ground now. That's where the majority of the enemy is. And my thoughts is I want to sort of go right to the back of their spawn, and I want to basically get shots onto tanks across the side of the map, and I can do that safely behind sort of the bushes at the top there, keeping our distance. We've got a medium tank T-34 100 here, who is pretty much providing the vision. Like I say, I wasn't going to hang around the beach any longer because it just, that wouldn't have been the right thing to do. Because now the enemy team has the high ground, they pretty much have the winning position. So we need to sort of get up here as quickly as possible, try and finish his tanks off. Unfortunately, we do get lit there, but they're more focused on the T-34, so we're going to sneak a shot into the Calliope there, finishing that tank off. Now we can see the T-34 going to get a shot into him. We do, busting his fuel tank, so hopefully if he doesn't repair that, we might be able to set him on fire. Him and this Achilles now are focusing on this IS, so I'm going to take that opportunity while they're distracted to sneak some shots and get a real nice high roll of 300 there on that Achilles. But now we're getting shot by what I assume is the Italian tank destroyer. It's actually that medium tank, I think, and now I'm going to sort of rush in. I want to try and help our IS and finish off his T-34 100. Unfortunately, the IS gets taken out. We do squeeze a shot into the T-34 100, finishing him off, but now we've got his KV-13. I'm on my own. I know I'm going to die, so I squeeze a shot in RBRT. Luckily, I set him on fire, which helps sort of rack our damage up, but unfortunately we did die there, and now it's just left down to a 4v3. All our team are basically still on the beach in sort of the sort of K2 J3 area, and now we're sort of going to rely on them to hopefully win the game. But what I'll do, guys, is I will fast forward to the end results, and we'll see how we got on. So there we go. We did end up picking up the win in the end. You can see we got just over 5k damage there, picking up the top gun with 6 kills in the process. No assists, just all pure damage, which was great. And we picked up the ace tanker there and the high caliber medal. So yeah, nice end to the video there. And that is it, guys. So if you enjoyed the video and the replays, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Give us a comment if you want, and it really does help it out. And as always, guys, I'll catch you next time.